Welcome to the first ever episode of Blown Turbo.
What was the second?
So welcome to the first ever episode of Blown Turbo's first ever proper episode anyway.
Aye.
And we're in a very special car today because it's Callum's car. And what is it actually?
It's a very good car. It's a Renault Clio 1.2 8 valve. And the correct model trim is the Authentique, I believe so. It's in the dashboard anyway. Double check down there. Authentique.
Yes,
Authentique, though, you've got to say in a sort of French foreign manner.
yeah, you've got to say it with a French accent.
Yeah, Authentique.
If you say Renault, it doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
But it's a 2001 model, so, you know, a bit old now.
So that's
but
what, 12 years old now?
12 years old, aye, but the overall style was sold up until 2008, I believe, before they finally killed off this. It's a Mark II Phase 2, this is. So if
because this is the facelifted one.
This is the facelifted one.
They changed the front lights and changed some of the body.
Aye. But that's the main differences, I believe, over the pre-facelift.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good car in general, I'll say that.
1.2 8 valve engine doesn't seem
It's
very
the
fast.
smallest engine I've ever driven in a car, and I've driven a big range of vehicles and engine sizes, so that is one thing. You do notice that, particularly when
It was a 1.2 with about, what was it, 60
horsepower.
Something like that. So
it can apparently do a ton, but
yeah, so there you go, top speed, it was over a ton.
roughly, hasn't, you know.
Over 100 miles an hour, roughly.
Aye, apparently.
I mean, you're not really going to try that, are you? So top speed isn't that good. What's acceleration?
Aye, acceleration, it's okay, I'd say. You know, it's not like that M3 that's coming up behind in the mirror. But yeah, it's
it must be north 60. It's got to be double figures.
It'll be double figures. I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
But it's probably one of these cars where, yeah, it's really slow, but it feels faster, so you don't care.
It does, I'll say that. There's been a few cars, it feels faster than it is. I mean, the car I was driving before this was a Saab 9.5 Turbo. So yeah, but when you drive this, so it's a good car, I'll be honest and say that. The engine, you know, if it's your first car, you'll be happy with it.
Yeah.
But since I'm used to bigger engines and that, you know, you put your foot down, I'm used to just bombing it sort of thing, whereas this, it's a case of...
You have to wait for something to happen.
Yeah, it's made me learn patience on the road. You know, it's like, I could overtake, but the engine won't let me, So that's one of the things, but other than that, it's a good engine, really simple. A few of the guys at my work, they've got, well, one of them's got this style, another one had this style, and you know, they all say good things about them.
Yeah.
So the bigger engine, apparently the 1.2 16 valve's a lot quicker, despite it being a 1.2 still.
Yeah. But there's a 1.5 diesel as well.
The DCI, I believe, yeah.
Which I've heard mixed things about that. Some people say it's really good and it's really economical. Others say
it's a bit of a dog sort of thing.
Yeah.
I can't answer that, I'll be honest and say.
No. MPG.
Yeah, MPG. It's good miles, I'll be honest and say. You know, when I'm going to work at least, or you know, motorway cruising, like went to Dundee from where we are, which is about let's say 300 miles each way. No, I'm sorry, 300 mile round trip, and that was
to Dundee.
Aye, I'd say that from Ellen. It's about.
Well, it's 30 miles to Aberdeen there and back.
Aye.
And it's what is it?
Definitely 200. No, 250 definitely. Anyway, yeah.
It's only 100 miles to Edinburgh though from Aberdeen.
No. The first sign you see from Ed. We can deal with that another time. How's that?
Yeah.
It's good MPG, I'd say. You know, on a full tank, I've been told you can get 400 to 450 miles if you're really economical.
That's pretty good actually. Because I mean, my car, the 2000 Fabia with a 1.4 engine, the smallest engine. I struggle to get. If I'm being really economical, I might get 350 miles out of a tank. Then how big's your fuel tank?
Size of a bag of sugar or something?
Mine's 10 gallon, 45 litres.
I really don't know, you know.
I'm guessing it would be smaller, because it's a smaller car.
I believe so, yeah.
That's one thing that I would say about this car, is it's very light. It's less than a ton, isn't it?
It's one of the lightest cars probably second lightest car I've driven. The lightest being the MR2. Aye, yeah, it's the lightest, second lightest car I've driven.
Yeah.
And it is, you do feel it, when you go like that sort of thing. It's an empty road, and you do feel it.
Yeah. No, I noticed that when we've been on this sort of road, and I've been following you in the Skoda.
Aye.
And I've been following you, and I'm thinking that car looks really nimble.
It is. After order of cars handling wise, anyway, I've driven, it would be the MR's top, followed by the Subaru Impreza that I had a shot of.
Yeah.
That was really nimble. That was only a 2-litre Sport though, like 99 model, but really good. And then this, the Saab. Well, I won't compare this to a Saab. That's like fighting,
Saab ways.
That's trying to throw a house around, the Nuremberg ring, and don't even start in the 75. But yeah, it's a really nimble car, but unlike other cars, it does feel, when I'm throwing it about, you do sometimes go, this, I feel its limits a lot earlier.
Yeah.
You really do start to notice it.
Because that's one thing I like about my car, is it feels very
sturdy,
stable.
Oh, I can feel that just from the passenger seat sort of thing.
But yeah, sitting in the passenger seat with you, it doesn't feel like we're going to slide off the road.
Aye.
But you can sort of tell that it's maybe not got as much grip.
Oh aye, there's a few corners, particularly up D-side way sort of thing, if you take the south D-side road. If you enter a corner too fast,
you do think, I shouldn't have gone there fast.
You do sort of enter and you're like, hold on tight and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Which isn't a good feeling to have. But,
I mean, generally for handling, it's good. If you want to thrash it, then it's a good car.
Aye.
And it's very nimble. But if you're kind of an average driver,
it's a great little car, city car.
Yeah.
The only bad thing is though, and it seems to be an inherent problem with French cars, is turning circle is poor.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected that on a French car, to be honest.
French cars are bad. We had the 406 a while back, and that was a poor turning circle. I mean, it's a salute.
We're not being racist here. I'm just thinking, in sort of Paris.
In Paris, you'd expect,
tight side streets.
And this is the car
to be designed to deal with that.
So they should maybe.
Yeah, this is designed as a city car, so you would expect.
Unless and maybe top models have got the sort of Fiat City button, it's called, which I believe, I'm not sure the full method.
It takes the steering.
Amplifies the steering input, I believe. I'm not sure the correct term.
Is that, my Fiat 500 that I learned in had that city steering button, and my driving instructor said don't ever use it, it's horrible.
I've used it before in the Puntos we've got, and I'd say they're handy, but you're only meant to use it if you're using it to reverse. If you were to use it all the time, it was god awful.
Yeah. I think it would take away some of the feel as well.
Oh aye.
Steering. So we've talked about the engine, we've talked about the handling, interior quality.
Interior quality's I'd say it's quite good for.
It does look pretty
for a
good.
base spec model. The one, I think the Authentique's the lowest, poverty spec as I refer to it as. No fog lights, blank space there.
You've got a tape player still.
Aye, that's because
that's the original.
Aye, that's the original. I can't be bothered paying for a new one.
This is plastic.
It's plastic, but it feels a lot. If I'm honest, it does feel a lot more.
It's kind of like faux leather effect.
Aye,
well,
it's more upmarket than your Fabia, I'd say.
Yeah, I would admit that.
But the Nissan Almera we had, that was a 99 model, I think it was. It's a private plate we had on it anyway. But the interior of that felt really cheap. But this really does. It's not all one colour either. It's
you've got the two-tone here within the dash.
And the seats are okay. It's not.
Yeah, you don't expect a car like this to have really, really comfy seats.
Aye, they're canvasy stuff.
But you don't need much more than that.
Nah, they're fine. If you're flooring it around the track, then maybe you'd want better. But it's designed as a city car.
Yeah, exactly. So So I mean, what about interior space? Is it a 3-door hatchback?
3-door. Don't.
Quite a short wheelbase.
You can fit 5 people in here. I would not. You can fit them.
I wouldn't like to.
Don't. I've done it before. I've had me, my brother, his girlfriend, and my mum in the car, and that was after collecting them from the airport. When the boot was filled with a big suitcase.
Yeah.
You can fit one of them in the boot, and then the rest of the stuff had to go in their lap. You can fit stuff in it, but it's.
I noticed that about your car. The boot seems quite small.
You can fit a person in there, though. I know it's.
If you need to.
Yeah. If you're wondering what I mean by that, is it's just a joke thing. Me and my brother have always, joked about when we've got a new car.
I've done that with my mates as well.
It's just a case when you get a new car. How big's the
boot? If you're watching this, you know who you are. It's not quite as big as. But I mean. Was it really designed to have 5 people and luggage in comfort, Was it designed
I think it's more as a city car sort of thing.
Yeah.
But interior wise though, you can fit, there's plenty of space in the front and back.
Yeah, there's heaps of space.
You can take 3 people comfortably. 4 people, I've done that a few times.
4 people, yeah. 5 people I could be a problem.
Aye.
But I mean, 5 people's a problem in most hatchbacks.
Yeah, well even...
the middle seat really isn't big enough.
Nah, I'm not a fan of having 5 folk in a car.
No.
In this car I'd rather not have 4, I just don't think it's, safe enough, but...
Speaking of safety...
Yeah, it doesn't feel as sturdy as most cars I've driven.
Yeah.
Particularly, well, even compared to your Fabia, I'd say it's...
Yeah.
It doesn't feel sturdy at all. Well, in comparison, it feels sturdy, but it just if you're flowing, doing that sort of thing. Damn, that was a pothole.
Okay.
But
it's a big problem in this part of the world.
If you're, it feels safe, but I wouldn't want to test it.
No.
Whatever Euro NCAP says,
you don't really want to test it in any car, even if it is rated 5 stars.
Yeah.
But I mean, what was its NCAP rating?
I'm guessing 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure of that stuff. When I buy a car, I don't think of that.
Exactly. When you're buying a used car, it's not one of your priorities, to be honest.
My priority is it leaking oil? Is it a head gasket failure? Is there any electrical gremlins?
Mine's just, does it start and is it road legal?
Can I drive it away today?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I did with the Fabia. Build quality. Now,
for a 12-year-old car?
Yeah, 12-year-old car. I would have thought, and I'm not being racist or anything, just listen, okay? I would have thought that cars, German-built cars, like BMWs...
We've got that image, aye.
I suppose Vauxhall, you could say it's German-built as well, because
most
by GM, and they use the same parts as Opel. Of course, Skoda's got the VW parts in it. Audis are really well built. I would have thought a French or an Italian car, like a Fiat or a Renault or a Citroen, wouldn't be as well built.
Aye, but I'll be honest and say
it's... Maybe the Clio has proved me wrong.
It does surprise folk, like, when we got it, we thought, usual jokes we'll have about cars, it won't, cold, yeah. But nothing's broken off. And so, nothing's broken off, nothing feels like it's going to break. Well,
yeah.
The seat here's a bit ripped, but that, that's not build quality.
That's wear and tear.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what, 88,000 miles now?
88,134, to be precise.
Be precise.
Come on, there we go. This is what I mean. Come on.
Yeah, you just think... have you got your foot to the floor?
Yep. But mind I change at 3 to 3,500 though. But I don't want a thrashy engine. There's no point in bringing it to 6,000 and changing, because you look like a prat.
Bring it to 6,000.
I know, I'm just saying in general though.
My car I'll change up at about, if I'm thrashing it, I'll change up to like 5,000, 5,500.
You lose your power at about 3.5, so... Well, that's the point, actually.
That's one thing I've noticed about this car compared to mine, is the road noise is a bit louder here.
Yeah, well, it is a smaller car,
Yeah, it's a smaller car, and dare I say, it's probably not been as refined as the Skoda has.
Aye. Insurance, that's an odd one. Yeah, if you're a first-time driver, this is for the UK at least, but keep in mind that things will be different for each area you live in. You know.
Yeah.
So, but our area is an odd one because we have a lot of accidents involving younger folk in our area, so insurance is probably a bit higher than most places. But insurance is odd because for a 19-year-old, I'm first driver on an insurance policy, and in cheapest insurance I found, well, I'll go through it in stages. When I was looking on my own, the cheapest I was getting on comparison websites was 1,100, and that's no claims. I've no claims, me not driving anything since passing my test, and that was it. But that 1,100 was when they wanted to put the black box in the car, which in other words means...
I was going to say, that's really cheap, but that's why.
So they want,
Yeah, they put a GPS tracker in,
and it measures everything.
So they know where you are, how fast you're going.
And if you go above that, they pretty much say your insurance is invalid because,
Well, no, they start putting the price up. But if you're driving really irresponsibly in their view, then they will cancel your insurance without much notification.
And long story short, we got multi-car policy. I'm the policy holder. We got my dad's car at the time put on it as well.
Yeah.
So I was insured in this car. Both my parents were, and I had my dad in his car, which was just him insured on it. And my insurance was only £900. Well, £950 was a courtesy car, and that added, which is pretty good. So if you're wanting, do consider multi-car policies.
Yeah.
Because they go down. So it means I get my no claims. I'm, getting cheap insurance. Yeah. Which is, a lot of companies won't give you no claims if you're a second driver.